Hello, friends. I hope you are all doing well and are in good health. My name is Azlan Shah, and you are watching another new episode of Dar Hakikat. And before we begin, as always, I will repeat the three things I always say. Number one, subscribe. Number two, my Instagram handle should be appearing here, so follow me there. And number three, if, God forbid, something happens to you, he regularly filled out the Google form and now he is here in front of me. With me is Mr. Ibrahim. Sir, Assalamu alaikum. How are you? By the grace of Allah, please bring the mic a little closer. I would really appreciate it. And the audience will like it too because my viewers are so brutal. So brutal, you can't even imagine. I read the comments, and in the comments, some people said your voice doesn't come through clearly. There's noise in the background. Actually, this is a place of worship. Thank God there's nothing bad in this studio.
There is actually nothing there at all.
I also join in with your voice. Some people are really nasty. They leave such mean comments. You don't do that, do you?
Sometimes just about the sound.
That's not good at all. Leave good comments so that when I read them, I feel motivated. Another thing is, I had said, should I do a podcast on Zoom or not? I got really mixed feedback on that. A lot of people said I should do it. I should definitely do it. Many. But the main point is you can only really get one thing, either high quality video and sound in a studio or Zoom, where internet lag might distort the voice. There is nothing that can be done about that unless Allah grants us the budget to record Dark Kicked episodes in every corner of the world. Black coffee is really strong. My dear brother was under the control of jinns for 3 months. Haven't you watched Stranger Things?
No, I wrote something in such a way. I haven't watched Stranger Things, which is why I'm being taunted.
For 3 months, you were crushed in the upside down.
All my friends say that I've committed a sin, brother, because I haven't watched it.
What's the deal?
I wrote it in such a way, but actually what happened was that I got a job. My relationship with recruitment is from intermediate, but I live in North Karachi,
Yes, I do.
right from the start in the morning. My university is also on that side.
All right, so
I had my office there on the night shift at the 11A site, so my duty was there. I went to the office, sat down, and we had a break at 1:05. My two friends were with me. I told both of them, let's go outside and grab something to eat. It was just 2 minutes away, but they said, we're a bit busy right now, can you wait a little? I get really restless. I say, let's eat something spicy, it'll make me feel better. I really crave spicy food.
you crave spicy food.
That is quite interesting.
Then
So I told my friends, you guys keep working. I'll just go and come back. Then we'll go together. It was just 2 minutes away. So I went there to eat fries. I ended up being gone for 3 or 4 hours. Everyone was worried about where I was. The office people didn't know. And my other friend, he was at his house. The hospital was at 5L. And 5L11 is about 15 to 20 minutes away if we're talking walking distance, or about half an hour by bike. We could get there in a few minutes or in half an hour. If we decide to walk on foot, we can reach there in just a few minutes, so it's really only about a short 5 minute stroll away from the hospital. They simply replied by saying, okay, that sounds fine. So whenever I go out, I always make sure to keep my father's personal contact and one of my close friends' numbers in my bag with me at all times, because I am a heart patient. I had completely lost consciousness after I had collapsed, so they quickly brought me back to safety.
how did you reach there in 5 minutes?
So. Everyone was completely normal, and even I had no idea what had happened. I didn't feel anything. I just thought I was tired, that I was just feeling unwell. He brought me home. At home, he got a call from the office saying, it's been 4 hours since Ibrahim. We were at home resting. He was at his house. I was at his house. Just give me a single moment to collect my thoughts. My mind feels completely overwhelmed and scattered right now, like I am struggling to grasp onto a single coherent idea amidst all this sudden confusion and mental fog.
My mind is shaken. What is even happening?
First, number one.
Second, I felt a bit shaken. I got a little confused, just a bit.
In 5 minutes,
I had left the office.
and at 10 minutes past 1, I had reached there at 5L, which isn't even half an hour away.
All right. So I had reached there, and then I got a call from the hospital.
The hospital called my friend 5 minutes later saying he was there.
All right.
So when the people working in the main office eventually discovered the truth about this, they said that if he left at exactly 5 minutes past 1,
Left.
then how did he reach 5 lakh in 5 minutes? Okay, there. Everything was discussed. The office people said a lot of things, and after that, I went downstairs. When I regained consciousness, Abdullah and the others were all worried, standing outside the office. The entire office was standing outside. Only one of my friends was standing right in front of me. So I asked him, Abdul Rahim, what happened? He replied, Ibrahim, what happened to you? I said, nothing happened to me. It's just that my eyes were completely red. They showed me the office recording, and in it, I was hitting everyone in the office, even hitting my seniors.
You were hitting them?
I was hitting my seniors.
Were you joking around or what?
No, no, it was completely and terrifyingly real, in a very bad way, and they all had to physically restrain me. I had visible red marks all over my neck, and marks on my hands from being held down so tightly. But everyone was so incredibly scared that they immediately evacuated the office. Even my most senior colleagues were terrified. After that, this continued for 3 months. It kept happening. Every now and then something would happen to me, and I would start getting violent. My friends,
If you're upset by what I've done,
no, now everything is normal. It's been 6 or 7 months since then.
6 or 7 months. So this is something that happened just recently.
For the past 6 months, I've been fine.
So when you used to get violent, did you say anything?
Okay, when they showed me the recordings and my friends told me about it, my face completely changed, totally different. My eyes would turn red and even my friends would get scared and leave the room. I thought about this for a very long time, letting the ideas simmer in my mind as I considered every possible angle and outcome. It was something that occupied my every waking moment, drifting through my thoughts like a persistent shadow that refused to go away. I found myself deeply contemplating the various intricacies and the subtle nuances of the entire scenario, wondering if there was something I had missed, or if my initial impressions were actually correct all along.
It happened.
We once threw a glass, an actual glass cup, at Mufti Obaidullah. He was so shocked by it that he said, Take him out of the mosque, I can't do anything for him. We have always respected Mufti Obaidullah a lot. He is a very good-natured person. He doesn't take a single rupee for any treatment. He has treated many people, but I must have only been with him for about 10 minutes when he has an elder brother who is an alim, scholar. He told us that at Andamore there is someone who is an alim or an amil, spiritual healer. He suggested we take him there. Maybe he could solve the problem. So we went to Andamore. When we got there, we went to the amil. He told us to bring 1 kilogram of meat and an article of clothing that you have worn and bring it with you.
Right?
The next day I took 1 kilogram of meat and the clothes I had worn the night before. He seemed completely normal. He had a table in front of him, like the desks you see in madrasas. You must have seen those desks in madrasas.
Yes, the ones with amulets written on them.
And all of those different things are just sitting right there. And right underneath, there's a little drawer and all that. Yes, yes, yes. I pulled it hard and then I kicked it. My friend is telling the whole story. I pulled it and kicked it, and it fell straight backward. So on that particular day,
When they said this specific word exactly,
that nothing happened to him. But when the kids told Mirfat, she got upset and embarrassed, so I didn't do anything else, nothing at all, collectively, when it was in front of him. But there isn't any ye bench, Darren.
in this session, we will be discussing it in detail.
He said,
That you,
You haven't done what you said you would, and there's no observation from Jafar either. It's just dubbed really bad. Like this isn't enough, I won't do it now. This is absolutely check it.
it isn't.
That when I listen to my memories, when I spend time with my other self at another time, what happens is I have never gone outside.
Who is Abdul Rahman?
Either I was directly in his company or I was with those very close to him. Individuals who are well known to Abdul Rahman or whom I know are my very close personal friends through Abdul Rahman. I was only ever with them, and I never spent any time at my own private residence until this very day. So then, those people from the Jamaat.
Yes, indeed.
Abdul Rahman said, Let's go with the Tablighi Jamaat. It's a 3-day group. I said, All right, I'll go too. This was the same day when this story. So they took me with them to the Jamaat. And we were sleeping at night, and actually, the lights had gone out in the mosque. They had given us a room in the mosque, but we were sleeping outside in the courtyard. One of my friends, Shayan, is really scared of these things. He gets frightened very easily.
Right.
He knew that these things happen around me. Now, in between, Abdurrahman was lying down, and I was lying on the other side of Abdurrahman. Then he gave me something, and then my friends told me about it. After that, Cheyenne was lying down facing a certain direction, and I was lying there too. Cheyenne told me about this thing. The direction Cheyenne was facing, I was on Abdur Rahman's side. Neither Abdur Rahman nor he knew about this. After that, Cheyenne was stunned by the incident.
You put a lot of keys in that direction?
He himself went towards the door, and those people, we don't know when they came. It could be something ecological.
Nazar, may Allah bless him, Abazil. Then.
After that, Abdul Rahman says that it stayed with me for half an hour, and for that half hour, Shah did not open his eyes. He remained lying there just as he was with his eyes closed. After that, Abdul Rahman, mashallah, was not afraid at all. He was absolutely fine.
Yes,
No matter what the situation happened to be at the time, he was always the one person who would truly take care of me. If he found that he couldn't handle it alone, Abdul Rahman would reach out and hold me very tightly to keep me safe. Abdul Rahman made me sit carefully in the back seat of the car, which meant that the person who was right there with me at that moment.
was.
Abdul Rahman spoke to him, asking, "What is your problem? Why do you bother her? Leave her alone. Whatever your issue is, tell me. I will solve your problem." So he said, "My name is Uqab."
It's Ukab,
It's Uqab.
right?
So Abdul Rahman asked, "Why do you bother her?" After that, she started crying.
Alright, she said that.
Uqab suddenly started crying, his eyes filling with tears as he struggled to find the right words. He looked down at the ground, his voice trembling with emotion, and finally said, "So, if I if I really go through with this and visit the old Budu Daddy Faz neighborhood, and if I don't even try to make things right?" He trailed off, the weight of the situation clearly pressing down on him as he contemplated the consequences of his actions in that familiar place. "If you kill my children," then after that Abdul Rahman said that a voice came from it. Actually, there were multiple voices coming from it. There was a woman's voice, a child's voice. Abdul Rahman said, "So many voices started coming that I got worried." Our Amir Sahib was there. Amir Sahib asked Abdul Rahman from behind, "Abdul Rahman, what's the matter? I'm hearing voices, I'm hearing noise." "There's no problem. Ibrahim and I are just talking," he replied, facing forward. Many voices started coming from inside it, and then its voice faded away. Then a strange old woman's voice began to come. She said, "If today he is not killed," meaning if Ibrahim is not killed by Akab, "then we will kill Akab's child." She said, "Are you Muslims? Would you agree to something like this, that even a jinn's child is killed? Because they too are Allah's creation." She said, "For me, my brother is more important." She said, after that, someone else came again and said, "Today I am going to kill him." We used to cook our own food there, make our own bar. I took out a small knife from my pocket, took out the small knife and placed it here. After that, Abdur Rahman said that I did everything with that small knife and then I lost consciousness. After that, I woke up before the Fajr prayer. Since then, this incident has been with me. I don't know what all happened. Abdur Rahman said that
That you took out the small knife,
pulled the small knife and put it here.
placed it,
Abdur Rahman snatched the small knife from me.
he snatched it.
After that, I lost consciousness and I woke up at the time of Fajr prayer before the Fajr prayer. After that, Abdur Rahman says that nothing like this has ever happened to me. I have never lost consciousness or anything like that has ever happened.
So, did you or your friend Abdur Rahman ever debunk this? What exactly was it? Those jinn that were over you? You mentioned the name Okab and that Okab came. Now, what exactly did that mean? Why did it happen? I mean, I want to know, could it not have been magic? Or could it have been magic after all?
I had no idea about magic because whenever we went to any religious scholar or spiritual healer, they all said there was nothing, and those who did sense something couldn't provide a solution.
It's been 6 months since this happened.
It's been 6 months. Shodharma had said that when it was over me. So, in reality, it became clear that I used to say to Dharman that if I took any kind of medicine, I would have some problem, and that's why I behaved that way. But Dharman would say that I could even see through walls. For example, if someone entered a room, I could tell from another room that this person just came in, and then another entered.
You were studying in the hostel?
1 week,
1 week in the hostel?
I ended up getting beaten up.
How long ago was this?
This happened 5 years ago.
It was 5 years ago?
I was in school. It was about 5 or 6 years ago. Maybe I was in fifth grade at the time. I had just come to a new place. I was in the hostel. Before that,
Arif Road 1?
yes. After that, I went to a place right in front of it where there is a madrasa called Rahmaniya Mosque. You must have heard the name. There is a school and a madrasa there. My father enrolled me there.
Inside Romania Mosque or in Murray?
There is a specific building that was constructed directly between the old graveyard and the local mosque. In the space between the graveyard and the mosque, it was truly a frightening and unsettling place to be. There were hardly any functional lights to guide the way. Absolutely nothing really worked as it should have, and there was a very particular special education section of a nation located right there in that spot. And there was someone sitting on top of it. I was sleeping on the upper side, so I called out to my friend below me. There was a boy lying below, Gulam Rasul. I said, I can't sleep. Our senior was there too, Sir Ghaffar.
Right, I see.
I said, call Sir Ghaffar, I can't sleep. I'm not feeling well. Even at that time, I had heart problems.
Okay.
So I finally said to them, please go and call Sir Ghaffar for me right now because I simply can't sleep at all. So Sir Ghaffar eventually came over to see me, and when Sir Ghaffar arrived at the room, he looked at me and it used to be with our sir, we couldn't keep it with us.
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Sir Ghaffar said, come on, I'll get you some medicine. Sir Ghaffar went outside, then came back in and gave me the medicine. After taking the medicine, I said, Abba, sir, I'm still not feeling well. Sir spun me around and slapped me.
Sir gave you a really hard slap.
I said to him, sir, what exactly is going on here? Then the sir suddenly spun me around and slapped me across the face once again. Immediately, all of the boys stood up together. We were all worried. Sir grabbed me by the collar, and as soon as he did, he pushed me back. After that, Sir left the room. At that time, I was also young and had just come to the hostel, so I started crying. I kept crying and crying. Then there was a knock on the door from outside. We had kept the door closed. When there was a knock from outside, Sir Ghaffar came in. Sir Ghaffar asked, son, what happened? Why are you crying, Ibrahim? I said, Sir Ghaffar, I hate you.
So you died, and do you know what happened for the world?
Actually, when kids give you trouble, you know you might die from it. It even affects your health.
What guidance was given?
It was given.
Yes, that's exactly how it was. This is an old technique. I've done it too.
And the Islamic studies teacher, too.
Are you with your teacher?
I used to love Sir Ghaffar a lot.
No, you don't. You just say you do, but you don't really want to.
No, what used to happen was that many things would appear different, many kids as well.
There's a graveyard behind it. I mean, the building of the madrasa you're talking about was built right in front of my eyes. And it was only built about 6 years ago, not that long ago. The construction happened right in front of me because my house was directly opposite. So I know the muezzins there as well. Maybe they've changed now, but it's the same place. It feels scary. Once they say there's an incident related to the graveyard. This is about my elder. Back when it used to be Allah Wali Chaurangi over there. So basically, my previous house was towards Bahadurabad, and someone dropped my brother off near Allah Wali Chaurangi. From there, he was walking back to Bahadurabad on foot. I'm talking about a long time ago. So when he was walking past the graveyard where the flower sellers usually sit, suddenly, what do you call it? He was walking on the footpath, and a man comes up from behind. He says, "Hey, man." He turns around to look behind him and sees a tall man, probably about 5'10" or 5'11", not exactly 6 feet, but still. So, not like a giant, not 6.5 feet tall or anything, just a normal guy, maybe 5'11" or 5'10" in height. He was wearing a crisp shalwar kameez, the kind with a collar, and he was bald with a big mustache. He was really shining, like his head was gleaming. Now that man says to my brother, "Listen to me for a second." My brother turned around, looked at him, ignored him, and started walking. Now the man started following behind. Suddenly he came up and began walking behind him, saying, "Boys, listen to me for 2 minutes." Again my brother turned around and ignored him, because what was going on in my brother's mind, I don't know. My brother didn't stop there. As soon as he reached the last flower vendor, as soon as the masjid started, he turned around again and looked back when the masjid started, and there was a voice saying, "Hey, listen to me." He turned around again. No one was there. Completely vanished. So these things happen, in the graveyard. things like this do happen here and there. It's an old area, and we've heard a lot of stories and tales like this. So, sir, he left for court,
He left for court.
and then Gola, I wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
Then what happened? Was that all that happened?
That's all that happened. After that, I cried myself to sleep.
You fell asleep.
After some time, I eventually left the local hostel. I dedicated a significant amount of my daily time to the madrasa there. I carefully studied the Nazra, completing nearly half of the entire Holy Quran. But honestly, I found that the nearby graveyard is very peaceful and quiet.
It's very peaceful. It's chilling.
After classes at 5, I'd visit the graveyard where my grandfather is buried, staying daily until Maghrib.
It's a really nice place to hang out. I often go there, especially on Fridays, because my father's grave is there, so on Fridays, that's where I go. But yes, it's a very peaceful and very clean place. Let me tell you a funny story about the graveyard. I used to make animal content before, you might have seen it, so thank God. I'm not afraid of animals. I don't get scared of them, like, oh, this or that. But I do have one issue, which is that I have a problem, I have a phobia, I get scared, my hands start shaking. Since childhood, I've had this fear of cockroaches instilled in me. Once there was a burial taking place in that same graveyard, and it was nighttime after Isha prayers. That day, I found out just how many cockroaches there are in a graveyard. Have you ever wanted to? Well, you've been to the graveyard with me. Did you ever see cockroaches? Did you even mention seeing them? Have you ever seen them by chance?
No, I haven't seen them.
Never see them.
I've only seen small ones in the graveyard, that's all.
It wasn't just a small problem. Not small at all. There were an absolutely overwhelming number of cockroaches that you could completely fill every single corner of the entire studio with them, and you wouldn't even be able to catch a glimpse of the walls behind them. And there I couldn't even breathe. My brother was walking ahead and I was behind him, holding onto his shirt with my eyes closed like this. If even a leaf brushed against me, I would start screaming.
It felt like we were inside a grave.
No, we weren't inside a grave. They were spread all over the entire cemetery. And cockroaches are the only insects that can even survive a nuclear explosion. Those shameless creatures burrow into the ground. There shouldn't be cockroaches, there just shouldn't be. There was a mysterious witch living in the ancient madrasa
On top of a child.
on top of a child. At least mention it. There was a witch on top of a child. By the way, which madrasa was this?
That same one.
The same one?
A lot of stories happened there.
Yep.
So many stories.
Yes, a great deal happened without any doubt.
So, what was the scene with this one? The scene was we were at the madrasa.
The traditional educational madrasa.
They were cleaning the madrasa, and there was a room in our madrasa. That's the room where we used to read the Quran. So the teacher said, "You guys eat here while the mess is being cleaned." He had half the kids sit in the mess hall and told the other half to come eat in this room. So I also went to that room to eat because most of my friends were heading that way. I got up and went there too. So as we were sitting there, I sat down. It was very early. He had only been at the school for 4 or 5 days. From those 4 or 5 days, I found him to be a strange boy. He used to do odd things, say strange things.
Seemed strange.
Yeah, he didn't talk much to anyone.
You
You know, over there, Jupiter,
vlog.
what they usually refer to as a professional Jobo instructional guide. I mean, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so this I was thinking about it.
Back at that time, there was definitely something strange going on there. You see, you come here specifically to study, but then you start saying such incredibly strange things. So I honestly used to make a point to sit far away from him. He was just very, well, unusual.
He was a naughty kid, really.
He was sitting there. He had been quiet since morning, just sitting there. When we used to eat, Kari Sahib would be with us. Kari Sahib was sitting next to me. I was sitting at the table, and Kari Sahib was sitting in the middle with one or two kids between us. So I kept looking at him. He was acting strange. But he had never done this kind of thing before.
What was the luxury?
He was about my age. We were both around 14 years old at that time.
That sounds good.
He was eating with both hands, and I started laughing when I saw him because in my mind I thought, no one does this unless there's something wrong with them. That's why he's acting like this.
This is something new today.
He brought it and is eating with both hands, eating with both hands. So I'm talking to the kids among ourselves. I'm saying this. You're backbiting about him. I said, Shum, sir, look, he's eating with both hands today. The sir said, forget it, just eat your food. So we started eating. He stood up to eat and then suddenly ran towards the Kari Sahib. When he came running, he started to change. He turned completely black as if he had transformed into something dark. Our Kari Sahib was there and all of us were sitting behind. We pressed ourselves against the wall in fear when we saw him. We were all just little kids at the time. Now he was running and coming towards the Kari Sahib. There was only this much distance left, and as he kept running, he turned into that black thing.
He turned into a black thing.
Right before my eyes, he turned into a strange black thing. Suddenly, it looked as if his entire body was being covered in a thick black cloth. He became completely and utterly black. You couldn't see his clothes or anything else at all. Just something dark and black was visible. I was sitting right there next to Kari Sahib. I couldn't even speak a single word. I just pressed myself tightly against the cold wall, trying my best to hide from view. I'm just staring at that thing and it's right in front of me. After that, even if I tried to come out from the corner,
So what was he actually doing?
he came and sat down next to Kari Sahib, kneeling down like this. Kari Sahib sent everyone else outside, and after sending everyone out, Kari Sahib recited something over him. He said that a witch used to possess him, and he would act like this when the witch possessed him. Kari Sahib told all of us children that. Then Kari Sahib said to call his parents. His parents were called, and he told them, why didn't you tell us about this problem? There are other children in the school too, and we don't want them to have any issues. After that, the boy never came back to school, and I was honestly very relieved that he wasn't there anymore. He used to sit right next to me in class.
What was his name?
Ubaid Abid.
Ubaid Abid, if you're watching, please comment below this video. I really want to find this guy. You should go and meet him and, well, I mean, I guess things like this do happen from time to time in life. But honestly, that whole thing about the teacher, I am still completely stuck on that part of the story. To be perfectly honest with you, technically speaking, I really feel like the teacher probably did that just to try and set you straight a little bit. But these kids today, they just don't seem to understand the consequences of their actions at all, and it makes the whole situation so much more complicated than it ever needed to be in the first place. The thing you're talking about, for some reason, I'm really convinced by it because I can visualize it. Now, people might be wondering, how did something moving suddenly turn black? How did it shapeshift? So, what I'm about to say, my entire audience, you can visualize this, but what happens is, imagine you're in a situation where you're standing somewhere. I think where this happened was that passage area.
After coming in from the passage, there was a room.
Okay, so the thing is, you are in a room, and let's say the person in front of you gets possessed and starts acting strangely and is running towards you. So, what you see, like their face turning black or their clothes becoming black, what I'm trying to explain is that some kind of black thing appears. But what actually happens, if I explain it from another angle, is the shadow of the light. And sometimes the environment is created in such a way that you can't understand what's happening. It takes your eyes some time to process it, so you see different shades, sometimes black, sometimes red, sometimes blue. This is what happens. But since he experienced it and was actually there, that's why it happens. The person doesn't actually change, their clothes don't change, their face doesn't change, but it's something to do with the lighting situation, something about the light. A person doesn't change, their clothes don't change, their appearance doesn't change, but sometimes it's the lighting situation, the reflection of the light. And when something sudden and unexpected happens in your brain, it takes a moment to focus. So while you're taking that time to focus, the colors seem to change. And definitely there will be a problem for the child. I'm not sure if there will be or not, but with these kinds of things, happen when something suddenly comes at you from the front when you're not expecting it. And due to the reflection, its color appears to change. So now you know, if you see something running towards you and it turns into a dark shape, your brain interprets it differently. There may be other factors as well, but that's a separate discussion. I've given you the logical reason for why this happens. Okay, believe me, you'll definitely drink a lot of water for sure. Now, regarding my mom, those mysterious jinn actually wanted to take her away with them. I mean, how long ago was this exactly? And what is the full story behind it?
This happened even before my mom got married.
You're married?
Before my mom got married.
Well, this was back before your mom tied the knot.
Yes, this was before my mom's marriage. My mom, my grandfather, and others used to live near Nawaz Shah on that side.
Well, actually, that is.
At that time, one or two siblings. My mom has, mashallah, 11 siblings, right?
Yes.
A couple of them were already married. At that time, my mom was the eldest, so she used to take care of everyone. Also, my mom's mother passed away very early. Way too early, right? Or she passed away suddenly. My mom was the eldest, so her father entrusted her with the responsibility of the household. My mom says that she was lying down and saw something strange. She saw blood and a lot of dark stuff came out. After seeing that, things became even more difficult. After that, my mom said that something was dragging her. She would be lying on the bed and something would start pulling her, dragging her all the way to the courtyard. After reaching the courtyard, my mom would forcefully break free from it, then come back scared and lie down again. This kept happening to my mom for a long time. She even told my father about it, saying, "This happens to me." Once, my father also lay down with her, and he told us what happened. He had a very nice personality, everyone says so. He was a very pious man. They went to Faridi Sahib. Faridi Sahib told my father to hold her hand, and then he started reciting something. He kept reciting and reciting, and then he said, "Now let her sit outside. I need to talk to you." He said that when she went into the courtyard, a jinn had taken a liking to her. The jinn wanted to take her away with him. So I said, "If a jinn has taken a liking to her and wants to take her away, then ask for forgiveness from them or do something like that." He gave me something to recite, and I recited all of it. Then, after a day or two, that issue was also resolved.
That's why they say not to sit near the threshold at Maghrib time, not to sweep at that time, not to go up on the roof. The elders used to say these things with thought and understanding, like, don't leave your hair loose. A lot of people also give counter answers to this, like, why do all these issues only happen in countries like ours? Why do they only happen here? Why doesn't any witch possess Aishwarya? Or, why doesn't anything like this happen to Katrina? I don't have an answer to that. I don't think those actresses go up to the roof to play Pitu at Maghrib time. I don't know about Aishwarya. I don't have an answer to that. The elders say certain things, and I believe that elders are not always right. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not, because times have changed. But we should still be a little careful, and it's us who will pass these things on to our children. Otherwise, just think about it. When the next generation comes, we will be the elders for them. It's because of this way of thinking. Some things are heard, some things happen. But it's us who will carry these things forward. Do your research, stay aware, and see what things are important because these things matter. We should pay attention to them. Anyway, let's move on. What happened in North Karachi?
There are many incidents in North Karachi because I did my college from there. I've spent a lot of time there from morning till night.
So you used to live on Tariq Road North for the sake of friends.
So
Leaving his own neighborhood, he would come over.
even now, I'm still coming from there, from my friend's place.
We also have a friend who left Dubai and came to Karachi for the sake of friendship. His name is Mansoor Qureshi. Anyway, let's move on. What's the scene in North Karachi, man?
North,
There are all kinds of scenes in Karachi. People have told me so many stories. This happens, that happens. Tell me, what's the scene with you? What's your story?
1 North Karachi. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please make sure to hit that subscribe button right now and turn on all notifications. By joining our community today, you will stay updated on all our latest weekly uploads and deep dives as soon as they are released. Your support truly helps us continue creating high quality videos for you, so thank you so much for watching and being part of this journey.
The peaceful Tayyaba Mosque stands as a beautiful landmark.
Which one?
Which Tayyaba Mosque are you referring to?
So tell me, which one of these options would you prefer, do you think?
Okay, I see. So tell me, what's the reason you're heading over there?
A friend lives there.
I reached there and I even went to the government school. There's also Shadab's clinic, long live. By the way, a lot of my audience for this vlog regularly listens to my podcast. In fact, I went to an event at that government school, and there was an uncle there who said that actually in the street right next to Shadab's, the one going inside, there are big meters there.
Because of those installed meters, you have probably noticed that tucked away behind every street a dark and dirty alleyway has formed. You have seen that happen, right?
It's never actually clean. I drank a lot, so that was my thing. You know my pizza shop? Its kitchen was actually in that dirty alley. Honestly, that alley always seemed filthy. Quite unfortunate.
So my uncles and others were sitting on the platform.
Sleeping.
There's a woman running by as well. It was nighttime and at night on Tariq Road. Nowadays the lights don't go out, but I don't know if they used to back then. My uncle said it was dark,
Sleeping.
so she lay down over there near the Nazir office. The way is there was only one guard sitting there because that's where the Nazir office was. So they had stationed a guard there. That guard stood up and came over because sometimes on Tariq Road there were also thieves who would wear burqas and knock on people's doors. This used to happen too. On Tariq Road, thieves would wear burqas and knock on doors.
They did.
Uncle, why are you getting upset? Can you tell me exactly what happened to that man over there?
I am looking at him right now and wondering if he actually got into a serious physical altercation where he ended up getting badly beaten up by someone else because he looks like he is in a lot of pain and has several visible bruises all over his face and arms that were not there before.
Okay, now you must have seen, or maybe you know, that there's a park being built in the middle of the street, Jaffrey Park. So, as they entered Jaffrey Park, when they went inside Jaffrey Park, there are four gates to the park, two on this side, one in front, one at the back, and one opens into the street. All the boys went through the street entrance, and the guard entered through the back gate. Now the guard saw that there were bushes at the corners. They went and hid inside those bushes. The guard came immediately as well. He turned on the lights and switched on his torch. After that, there's another incident, another story about my uncle. It's about the Tarkital cemetery.
That,
On that side of the cemetery, you know, there are car repair shops built there.
yeah,
There's a shop built in front of Auto Guard on the opposite side of the cemetery. Those people were standing on that side and they saw a man standing there facing the cemetery.
right.
So they thought it was normal, didn't pay much attention, just figured he was doing something. The uncle was there with his group of 7 close friends. Now he gently nudged his uncle on the arm. The uncle looked at him and asked, "What happened?" The uncle didn't quite understand what was going on. The matter was,
What happened?
it was during their youth. The uncle asked, "Well, what happened?" He asked, "Well, what happened at home?" He explained what happened at home.
These uncles are very unique kinds of people. And Chabu is also a very different type in another way. So, two friends were sitting on the platform, chatting, asking each other how things were going. Then, once, what happened was while they were sitting on the platform, a cat was passing by in front of them. It was very healthy and fat. One of them said, "Hey, look at the cat's health. It's so impressively fat." So the cat was walking by, and then the cat turned around and said, "Do you think I eat at your father's house?" So this was that kind of story of yours, you know. He really nailed the character. My uncle, known as Mamu, vanished into the wall. Applause for the legendary Mamu.
So Mamu ran all the way through the graveyard, cutting across everything and kept running straight to Sunni Muslim. He told us that people just keep running straight to Sunni Muslim without ever looking back. After that, nothing else happened.
Mamu, what happened, man? This is a dialogue, you know. It's a really good dialogue. I really like this podcast. I'm really enjoying this. Your energy is very positive. The effect of your energy is rubbing off on me. Actually, there was a woman who used to come in my dreams every day.
It's a true story. When I used to plant my first butte corn, right, for about a week before that, I would have dreams every day.
Really? What used to happen in those dreams?
I would see a woman with a strange face in my dreams every day.
What do you mean by a strange face?
Her nose wasn't visible. By strange, I mean in the dream, her nose, and I would see her every night in fear, and every day I would check the time. Rightly, Fazil, the brain is true, and this kept happening.
Today?
Every night I would see her in my dreams. I was always scared, but just like in the dream, I would see a distant bleeding face. Sometimes I would see her for a whole year, and I would hear her every day. This kept happening every day for a year. I kept hearing her daily.
Back during that specific period in history, as things were unfolding.
She would always used to say, Heaven? I never told a single soul about it. I simply decided to skip over it entirely. After that, for about a week and a half, I found myself constantly seeing her on the way.
Man, that's really something.
Once, I was riding a bike with my friend. We were dropping off our friends at Power of Sharangi. There were three of us. I was looking to my left at Kundilyosi, and the friend sitting behind me slapped me on the back of my neck and said, What's wrong, man? Why do you keep looking over there for the past week and a half? So
I swear, man, your problems just never end. Sometimes you get possessed, sometimes you see women in your dreams.
or
Bro, I mean, you're a cat. Do you even realize that? You're just like a little wandering cat, seriously.
let me tell you something. Every office I join ends up shutting down.
What are you saying, man? Don't say that.
I mean, it's just for work.
All right, man, it was really nice meeting you today. I, I,
I have to go to work. Every office I join ends up shutting down.
damn, bro.
Every office I've joined so far has shut down. I'm tired now.
Are you serious? I was just joking because this is being recorded on camera.
Yes, I'm telling the truth. She can also vouch for it. Every office I join ends up shutting down. Something or the other happens and the office closes. Everyone says it's because of Ibrahim, that there's something unlucky about him.
Then you get slapped on the back of your head and you keep seeing things all the time.
I said to him, Listen, man, I'm telling you that I definitely see something strange over there, and it's really starting to worry me now. I kept it.
It started from here, actually.
First, I used to have dreams, and then I started seeing those things.
You messed up the story, didn't you? You told me directly, so let me start the story from the powerhouse for you, brother. I'll complete the story for you. We were passing by the powerhouse, but before that, it came to me in a dream.
Was finally starting to come our way.
Well, before all of that happened, it was actually coming to me in a vivid dream. But I wonder why exactly was it coming into my dream like that? It was because it simply came to you in your own dream.
First, it started appearing in my dreams.
Well, I really have no answer for that. Anyway, where were you living at that time?
At that time, when all this was happening, I was living where I currently reside,
Mabar.
at Guru Mandir.
Okay, so what stories do you have about your house?
Here are house stories. My father was a government official.
Okay.
So, I believe you guys actually managed to get a quarter from the federal government, isn't that right? I just wanted to double check that specific detail with you all right now to confirm if that is indeed what took place.
Heard that.
No, it's very old, a 70-year-old hospital, and we were the ones who made it livable. It became inhabited 6 years ago. When we moved there, that's when people started coming. Before that, doctors wouldn't come there, no staff would come. Only one watchman, a Pathan, used to come. When we were shifting, he said, why are you people moving here? There are a lot of problems here. So up until 6 years ago, we experienced everything ourselves too.
What kind of things?
When we first started the process of moving into our new place there, both my mother and my father went there together. My parents took all of our personal belongings, and then my father went straight to his office to finish some work. He told my mother very clearly, I will definitely come back to you before the time for Zur. You should stay here and recite the Holy Quran and then offer your Zur prayer. After that is finished, we will go back home together. So my mother sat down and recited the Holy Quran for a long time, and then all the clothes were cut in the same shape, all twisted and crooked. My father had done a good job. He didn't lie much, but he didn't tell us about this. After that, we came there, and then it was winter time. Some time had passed, and we started to feel it was winter. I have a sister. She's older than me, 2 years older. We used to sleep in the same room, and the door of the room was right in front of. By the grace of God, she is not afraid at all. She was lying down too. She told us that she woke up at night and saw that someone was sitting on the sofa in front of her. Someone wearing a pink suit in a suit of such colors, a woman was sitting there. We used to keep a small light on. Mom says, she said that the woman was doing her hair, so she thought it was Mom doing her hair. You see, Mom sometimes can't sleep at night, so she gets up and sits. The other directory room that we visited earlier was really quite something else entirely, featuring an incredibly vast array of complex filing systems and a remarkably unique atmosphere that seemed to capture the very essence of the building's long and storied history in a way that I honestly found to be completely and utterly fascinating to behold. Honestly, if I had actually been there in person to witness everything unfolding with my own eyes, I am absolutely certain that the sheer intensity of the situation would have been far too much for me to handle, and I would have likely fainted right there on the spot from the overwhelming shock and pure disbelief of it all.
No, no, you definitely would have fainted, said
He then said,
that.
"Let me tell you something happened to me recently. I was coming home at night. It was 12:30 when I got home. So I remember when I reached home, while climbing the stairs, I called my friend Durman to tell him I've reached home. Okay, I was on the phone, I was calling him while climbing the stairs, and there's a door in front. We have cats at home. We've kept them as pets.
Human beings.
I have kept 6 or 7 cats as pets. They give them milk or food and so on. Anyway, I was talking on the phone. I had just ended a call. I was talking to someone. I said, General Aman, I've just reached home. Let me freshen up and then I'll talk to you. He said, All right, that's fine. I was about to hang up the phone, and as some messages came in, I started checking them. Suddenly, right in front of me, I saw something black sitting at the big door. I got startled and stepped back. I thought, we haven't seen that cat since then, ever since we saw this.
They don't bother you or anything, do they?
No, thank goodness they never actually bothered us at all. But they did slap the medical doctors a lot and constantly chased them away from there. They chased away 2 different doctors from that location. There was one in particular, our Dr. Shahina, who was a specialist working downstairs. I don't know exactly what kind of specialist she was, but my older sister was very close friends with her for a long time. So my sister was going inside for that reason. She saw Dr. Shahina running towards the door, and as soon as she got out the door, she went straight to her car and sat inside. She just sat there. So my sister was going inside for that reason, thinking that Dr. Shahina was heading that way. She went towards the car and asked Dr. Shahina, "What happened?" She replied, "I got slapped inside." My father once went downstairs to operate the machine. He also saw a lot of things there. There were pens and all sorts of things, but my father doesn't react to such things at all. He just carries on as usual.
This incident happened at Jinnah Hospital before the operation. Whose operation was it?
It was my operation.
All right, what happened?
I also had open heart surgery.
No, I mean, what exactly happened in the incident?
I was just wondering, no, was it something like a situation or an event like that? What happened there was that after they carefully laid me down on the stretcher, they took me right inside to the operation theater. When they took me inside, first a team of junior doctors and medical staff come to check on you. They ask all about your current condition, whether you've eaten anything that morning, and all sorts of other routine questions. Then they have you change out of your own clothes into a gown. So they came over to me, had me change, asked many questions about my health, and stayed there with me for quite a long period of time. Those people went over to that side, and I was lying down completely still. After a little while, the senior doctor came, Dr. Abdul Sattar. The juniors were in the room in front at the back. When the senior doctor came, he asked about my well being. He asked, brother, have you changed? And I said, what? Yes, sir, your juniors came and had me change. He said, I'm the one who came first into the room. The juniors are just coming now. From behind Dr. Abdul Sattar, the juniors walked in front of me while I was sitting there after changing. I am actually starting to feel a whole lot better than I did before.
And now, at long last, it is finally coming.
That is good to hear, and honestly, I am actually starting to feel a whole lot better than I did before. So I think we are ready to move forward with everything else now.
It's funny. Nothing ever happened to me personally, but something quite strange did happen to a close acquaintance of mine. About 2 or 3 years ago, there was a lot of heavy rain falling. I was at the hospital where I had taken my uncle for treatment. First, we were at Dow, and then after Dow, we went over to Jinnah. There was so much water flooding the streets that it was almost impossible to move around, and everything just stopped. There was so much water in the room. Now I think things have improved a lot. Their neurology department has become really good now. Anyway, it has improved a lot. Basically, I don't know the name of that department, but it was such that when you entered through the door, you would turn left towards the emergency. After turning towards the emergency, you would go straight ahead, and right in front of you was the emergency gate, a big gate where you would enter inside. On the right side, the new buildings have been constructed. And on the left side, I don't know which department it is, but it's so incredibly terrifying and deeply frightening that you can't even imagine.
Those from the lot.
From the parking lot on the left side, yes, the parking is on the left, bikes and all. And as you go inside, the path is on the left. There's a place there, a building at the corner, and may God forgive me, it's such a dreadful, heavy place that you can't even imagine.
There was a canteen there. There was.
Okay.
It has been shifted.
Okay. There used to be a canteen there, and its lift was also very old, old cobwebs, an old bulb. The lift was in a very dilapidated state, and that place is so terrifying that if I go there at night, I would definitely end up bringing back a couple of spirits, ghosts, witches, etc. I mean, literally, it's such a heavy place. So I actually felt this incident there. It's not just that there's something there, but I really felt it. But since you mentioned Jinnah Hospital, I'm sure there must be something there too. Look, it's a government hospital. Any gunshot, any blast, God forbid, may it never happen again. But if any such thing happens, or any accident, anything at all, they go to Jinnah or civil hospital. There are so many deaths there, so I'm sure that in such places. If you look at hospitals, if you've ever been to any hospital, do you ever feel a heaviness there? The environment of a hospital itself is such that it's just, I really dislike it. The floors, the way they are cleaned with fennel, I even hate that. It's so strange. And then on top of that, the harsh white lights are always on. Anyway, one thing I've learned from this podcast is that in life, whether it's your life, my life, or anyone's life, it's very important to have a friend like Adilur Rahman. Friendship, true friendship, is something that should exist in life. The word friend itself carries a huge responsibility, a very big responsibility. And it's your friend who, through your thick and thin, has stood by your side.
I don't call just anyone a friend. I believe the word friend has a special meaning and it's reserved for only a few people.
Absolutely. So make friends who will stand by your side. And that was today's podcast with Kawaba Tina Raza. Let me know in the comments section how you liked it. If you've had similar experiences, what should one do? Tell us, how did you come here?
Yes,
Tell us, fill out the Google form. Let us know through the form.
there's a link given below on YouTube.
Yes, there will be a link in the description. You can click on it and briefly tell us, use bullet points. But if something has actually happened to you, then share it. Don't tell us made up stories about uncles and such. I'm not saying this to you specifically, but we get a lot of forms, almost 100 forms a day. And in those, there are stories about grandmothers, uncles, grandfathers, paternal grandfathers.
Gran or aunt, it always ends up being about my grandmother or aunt.
That's exactly why you're sitting here today. Share this. Pakistan Zindabad. Allah Hafiz.